Hey guys, and welcome to today's yoga flow. Today we're going to do a quick hip opening yoga flow. So if you sit a lot throughout the day or just have tension in your hips all the time and they're quite tight, this yoga flow will be good for you. So when you're ready, come to sitting on your bum. Begin to close down your eyes, just taking a moment here to arrive on your mat. Release your shoulders. And just breathe in and out through your nose. When you're ready, bring your feet to touch. And just allowing your knees to pulse up and backwards. If you do feel really bad pain in your joints, you can maybe move your feet away from your body. It might help you a little bit. Or you could try sitting on a block or a pillow here. Just pulsing your legs up and down, warming up your hip joints here. Breathe in, going at your own pace, tuning into your body and noticing how it feels. And when you feel loose enough, you can hold your knees down. Imagine they're being dragged down onto the mat. Holding them here. Taking 3 breaths in this pose. And when you're ready, release, bringing your feet to rest on the mat, dropping your knees down to the left-hand side, then dropping them over to the right. Just continue to flow with your breath here, nice and slowly, warming up your hip joints in this pose. And when you're ready, come into tabletop. So coming onto your knees in line with your hips, your wrists in line with your shoulders. Bringing that right knee out into a fire hydrant. Come around in circular motions with that knee joint in one direction. Creating some synovial fluid here. It's like egg white fluid to make our hip joints a bit more mobile. And then maybe going in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, bringing your right leg out into a fire hydrant, plant that right foot down onto the ground, walk both hands out in front of you, lowering your forehead down onto the mat if you can, or keeping it elevated. Breathe in here, noticing the stretch in your inner hamstring, which is connected to our hip joint. Breathe in. One more breath. And when you're ready, walking your hands back up to meet your body. Bring that right leg back in. This time bringing that left leg out into a fire hydrant, coming around in circular motions in one direction. And then maybe going in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, bringing that left leg into a fire hydrant, straightening that, dropping that left foot down, walking your hands out in front of you, lowering your forehead down onto the mat if you can. Breathe in here, taking 3 breaths. Feeling that stretch on your right inner hamstring. And when you're ready, walking your hands back up to meet your body. Coming back to your tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your knees, pushing up with your bum. Pedal out here for a breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach that right leg up into 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, bring that right leg outside the right hand, planting that right foot on the mat. Lower your left knees, untuck your left toes. Coming into your lizard lunge, shoulders down away from your ears, breathe in here. Taking 3 breaths. Noticing how it feels. Imagine your chest is being drawn up towards the sky. Releasing any tension you may be feeling in that right hip joint. And when you're ready, maybe coming down onto your forearms, or you can stay where you originally were, just listening and tuning into your body. Noticing how it feels. And when you're ready, coming back up onto your hands, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step back with that right foot to meet the left. Coming back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, reaching that left leg up into a 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, bringing that left foot outside the left hand, planting it down, lowering that right knee down, untuck your right toes, and breathe in here, taking 3 breaths on this side. Shoulders down away from your ears, chest is being drawn up towards the sky. Inhale, even in length with your exhale. Option to stay here, or option to come down onto your forearms to deepen the stretch. Coming back up onto your hands. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step back with that left foot to meet the right. Pedal out here in your downward facing dog for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach your right leg up into a 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, bringing that right leg through your hands at the top of the mat, lowering that right leg down, coming into your pigeon pose. Relax that left knee down, untuck your toes. Breathing here in your pigeon pose for a few breaths. Sitting up nice and strong, your chest is being drawn up towards the sky, shoulders down away from our ears, our hands are supporting our upper body here, pushing us up. Breathe in. Keeping your toes flexed here to protect your knee joint. If your heel is not in line with your knee, that's okay. And then coming into our 90-90. So we're gonna bend that left knee, bringing it out to the side. Bring that right foot in line with the right knee if you can. Flex your toes if you need to. If you can't bring it into a 90-degree angle, just bringing it as far as you can, and that's okay. And bringing the left knee in line with your left heel behind you if you can again. Flexing your toes if you need to protect your hip joint. Coming into your 90-90 here. Holding it for 3 breaths. Option to stay up on your hands, or option to lower down on your forearms to get a deeper stretch. When you're ready, bringing that right leg back in a bit, straighten that left leg back, coming back to your pigeon pose, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step back with that right foot to meet the left. Pedal out here for a breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach that left leg up into 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, bringing that left leg up to the top of the mat, lowering it down onto the ground. Release that right knee down onto the mat, your right toes, and holding yourself here in your pigeon pose. Nice and strong, pushing up through your hands, shoulders down away from your ears. And when you're ready, bending that right leg behind you, coming up into a 90-degree angle with your heel. Bring that left knee in a 90-degree angle with your heel also. Pushing up through your hands here. Taking 3 breaths, holding this pose. Option to come down onto your forearms or option to stay where you were, just doing what feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, coming back up onto your hands, bringing that right leg to the front of the mat, lowering down on your back, keeping your knees bent here. Bring your right foot over your left leg and just applying some pressure with your right hand on your right leg, holding it here for 3 breaths. Option to stay here, option to interlace your hands behind your left leg and draw your left leg in towards your chest. Feeling a deeper stretch in your glute here. Exhale, releasing that left foot down onto the mat, right foot onto the mat. This time the left foot comes over the right. Interlace your hands behind your right leg, drawing your right leg in towards your chest. Breathe in, taking 3 breaths here. Exhale, releasing that right foot back down onto the mat, extending your legs alongside the mat. Inhale, reach that right knee in towards your chest and just bringing it around in circular motions, guiding it with your hand. Noticing how good it feels in your right hip. Releasing any tension you may be feeling. And then when you're ready, extending it along the mat. This time, inhale, reach the left leg in towards your chest. Coming around in circular motions. Just releasing any tension you may be feeling. Maybe you notice one side is tighter than the other. And just not worrying about how it looks, just worrying about how your yoga pose feels. And then maybe coming around in the opposite direction. And then extending that left leg out on the mat. Inhale, reach your knees in towards your chest, grabbing your feet. Drawing your feet down towards the mat, coming into your happy baby pose here. Your knees are in line with your heels. Breathe in, taking 4 breaths in this pose, releasing any tension you're feeling in your hips. And when you're ready, exhale, release your feet onto the mat. Bring your feet to touch. Allow your knees to drop out towards the side. Just coming into your butterfly pose here. And just release any controlled breath you may have had, just allowing your body to breathe freely. Maybe relaxing your hands on your legs here. Just drawing your legs down to the mat. Just noticing how you feel. Noticing the tension leave your hips. because this is where we can store a lot of stress that we may have. And just allow yourself to tune into your body. Notice how it feels, noticing the energy circulate in your body. Noticing how your breath is flowing. Are you breathing from your mouth or your nose as you inhale and exhale? Is your belly rising as you inhale? Does your belly fall as you exhale? Maybe your belly rises on every inhale, followed by your chest. And then as you exhale, just feeling your belly deflate and your chest deflate. Taking this time for you and you only. You've nowhere to go, nowhere to be, than to just be present in this moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay in here for as long as you want, but when you're ready, you can slowly guide your legs up to meet each other, slowly coming up to open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. It'll help my channel grow more than you know. Thank you. Namaste. I hope you have a lovely day.